All right. I'm just bored. Did a couple things real quick, but food of thought, or whatever they call it. Layne Staley. The title speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. What if? Well, there was a lot of what ifs, right? We know this much. In the music business, sometimes people walk away, and they walk away because either health or other problems, or they're just done with the music business. But what if, hypocritically speaking, or whatever they call it, what if Layne Staley survived? Meaning, we know his mother uh, was in charge of a rehab. Um, we know that there was talk of he was in rehabs 10 times and always went back to the drugs. Well, let's just say, what if finally he got clean? Meaning he got help. He did not want to go back into the music business. He did not want people hounding him for money. He didn't want all kinds of stuff. Would it be possible that he faked his death? It's possible. It's possible that he found peace and beat the heroin and the cocaine and survived and walked away from the business. We all hope so. Wouldn't that be great? But we all know the things that he did. Here's another thing that I've been looking into. Good morning, Miss ATS News. How are you doing this morning? You know, I've been watching a lot of these documentaries. They said Layne was doing crack and heroin. He died of a speedball of crack cocaine and heroin. Well, everybody knows you're not supposed to snort crack cocaine. You're not supposed to inject it either. So when they said he did a dangerous concoction of heroin and crack cocaine, that was very suspicious to me because anybody on the street, anybody that knows anything about freebase cocaine, uh, is you cannot snort it; it'll kill you. You can't inject it into your veins. So where did they get that story? Now, of course, it could be somebody that ain't getting the story straight. Usually, a speedball is heroin and powder cocaine injected at the same time into your body. That's a speedball. You don't use crack to do that. Crack you smoke. Right? Was Layne smoking crack? Well, yeah. But as far as dying as a speedball of crack cocaine from some of these interviews and documentaries I've been watching, said he was using crack cocaine and heroin and a speedball. Well, that's not a speedball if he's just smoking crack and injecting heroin. There's numerous ways to do heroin. You can snort it, smoke it, inject it. So that was kind of suspicious. But always in the back of my head, I thought, did he finally find peace, get sober, and he walked away? Why? Well, because he finally beat the beast. He had plenty of money. He could live the rest of his life without being a rock star. And everybody knows if he would have went back into the movie or into the music scene, touring, all that stuff, he would have ended right back up injecting, using heroin and stuff. So, I always thought, this was one that I was praying because I was a big fan of Layne Staley. The guy had an incredible voice, very powerful, very controlled voice. And it took years before he even uh, was able to have that voice that he had. He wasn't a very good singer in the beginning, but he did have great control and one heck of a powerful voice and one heck of a scream. So is it possible? I always thought in the back of my head, hey, maybe he just got a hold of everybody and said, hey, I'm going into rehab. And with doing heroin for many years like he did, uh, it consumes your whole body. Hey, Ricky, how you doing? It consumes everything, especially cocaine on top of that. It consumes your whole life. So is it possible he did get clean? What would they need if he did walk away? He didn't want to be bothered no more. He didn't want to, he finally beat the beast. They would need a story. He passed away or whatever, which is common in the, when people become stars, they change their names, right? The old person died and they use their stage name. And then you try and look up the people that they were, and sometimes them people are mysteriously passed away or whatever. But also the same thing goes on when you leave the business, right? You don't want to be bothered. You don't want people stalking you. You don't want people trying to hound you for your money. What do? Well, you fake your death. A lot of people said, Morrison did that. A lot of people said that rap star, Tupac, and a lot of other people, Elvis, did that. Well, they had enough money, they could do that. And if it's true what they say that the government does have a hand in the music business and everything, then it would be possible for him to fake his own death and leave and leave the business and live a clean life. Yeah. Right? And I wouldn't blame him because once he got sober, he probably knew if he did, I'm talking hypothetically or whatever they call it. If Layne, if, and there was many ifs, if he survived, right? Like I said, we all think about things. He was a great singer. He is missed. Um, his mother was in charge of a rehab. They were already planning for Layne to go into that rehab. She was already making moves and getting everything together for Layne to go in to the rehab. So just a coincidence that they were making all this progress and getting ready for him to go into rehab. And this was the perfect opportunity. He wanted to walk away. Like I said, he made enough money where just in royalties and lyrics and stuff like that. And, he never had to work a day in his life again. I think at that time his income was 200 and something, 300,000 a month that he was bringing in. That's big change, right? A month, right? And that's just in royalties, right? And records sold and everything, touring. So, is it possible that he could have pulled it off if he was serious about getting clean? Once he got clean, he made the decision, I ain't never going back into music. Leave. I'm not going back into music because that's where uh, he mainly would, you know, do his thing. plus all the other bands and music people and that were on drugs or whatever, you know. Yeah, it's possible. I would say, yeah, it would be possible. And if he did, all power to him. Uh, it's fun when you're on top, but then you get so much money and you've done everything just about, and life becomes boring. What's next? There is nothing next, right? You got enough money, you can do whatever you want. You can buy as many drugs as you want. You can sleep with any woman. You could buy any car. You could buy tons of, 4 or 5 homes. And what's next? Well, who knows? Sobriety. That's what's next, right? Real life, God. So it's just food of thought uh, for you folks to think about, right? A lot of people are going around saying Elvis Presley's still alive. He'd be in his 80s or something. It's possible, right? It's possible. They also said he had connections to make it possible for him to disappear, change his looks, everything. Yeah, well. Yeah, Ricky, I agree. Ricky said, I still believe he didn't do it to himself. He didn't need money. He was tired of the rock star life. I think so. I think he just wanted to walk away. He lost his woman, Demery, broke his heart. Uh, and I think he just walked away from it, right? And either he did pass away, God rest his soul, great loss to music, or he just got so fed up with it and finally admitted that he had a drug problem, uh, and his family helped him get clean, and he walked away from it all. Even walking away from it all, he still would be bringing in money from royalties of records being sold and uh, lyrics and stuff. That's where the money lyrics, publishing and stuff. And he probably got that. I mean, like I said, he'd probably never have to work a day in his life. Um, so it is possible to do something like that. Let's see what else Ricky's saying. Oh yeah, yeah, they do. They surely do. But it's always the thing, right? Of course, there's no photos or Layne actually dead, right? Like a lot of these people that have passed away, Hendrix, Cobain, uh, numerous famous people, right? Michael Jackson, numerous photos of death photos or whatever, but there's none of Layne, none. So I can see how these conspiracy people out there are thinking, well, there's actually no, you can't find none of this stuff on the YouTubes, right? Uh, we know the autopsy, which states he died of a speedball, heroin and cocaine. You know, of crack actually it said crack cocaine, but you don't inject crack cocaine. That's a no-no, right? But then again, these people might be telling these people it's okay to inject crack cocaine or snort it. You can die from that instantly. Boom. It's pure, 100%. When they make the crack, that's why they cook it. It gets all the impurities out of it, and it comes back as a form, a pure form of cocaine. Very deadly, very deadly. And you're not supposed to snort that stuff. It can hemorrhage your brain and cause massive brain bleed right away. It's very crazy. But like I said, we've been listening to some of these videos on his death. So a lot of things didn't make sense, but a lot of things did. Right, his last days in the studio, well, he didn't look good. I can tell you that much. And people were saying he was 6 foot tall, but in some of the videos and photos I've seen of his last days, it looked like he even shrunk his height. He wasn't no 6 foot no more. So I don't know, but you know what? There's that old saying back when we were younger, right? I felt 6 foot tall, even though I'm 4'5" or 5'7" or whatever, right? I felt 6 foot tall. So maybe his ego, his the people around him made him feel, or he was 6 foot tall to them, but really he wasn't, because some of the photos I looked at, he looked shorter. It's a mystery. And let me tell you something, right? All this stuff, this Illuminati crap that these people pump out, the music business, very mysterious, right? Now everybody's, oh my God, Layne was dead for 2 weeks. He actually died on the same day as Kurt Cobain, right? Now, we all know autopsies and doctors can say around about 2 weeks, a week and a half, maybe longer. Can't pinpoint an actual date. But yet you watch some of these documentaries on Layne, and they all make it into this mysterious, melodic thing, right? Oh my God, he was dead for 2 weeks. And it was actually the same day as Kurt passing. Come on. Right? Why? Because they make it mysterious. It's more views, more mysterious. The rock music, the grunge and everything, the drugs, the witchery, the sorcery, all the stuff. It makes it more seducing or something to these people. Now, do we really know when Layne passed? If he passed, but if it, no, right? We don't know. Round about 2 weeks. Could be a week before they found him. Could have been, a 3 weeks before they found him. It could have been a week. They can only give an estimation. They can't pinpoint exactly the date and time of when they died. They can get close, but a couple days. They usually say this. These autopsy and doctor, a couple days maybe, before or after, somewhere in there, right? And it is mysterious that there is no photos of Layne passed away. That's another thing people are bringing up. Well, why can't we find anything? No autopsy photos, nothing at all. A death photo from the scene. Usually, people go in when something like that happens. The forensic team comes in. They got to document it, right? They got to find out what happened. So what do? They photo the whole place. They photo the body. They photo everything, the whole area. If there's any drugs around, they photograph that. That's procedure. But we didn't see this in the Layne Staley case. See what else Ricky's saying. I watched Crack Kill all friends growing up. Yeah, it's mainly smoke. You're not supposed to. So that's the question right now. Hold on a minute, folks. Hold on a minute. Oh, crap. I hope I don't lose my. Hold on, my computer's acting up. I'm going to stop this right now. Hold on a minute. Jerry Cantrell tried to help Layne. Yes, I think a lot of people tried to help Layne, but Layne was Layne. And like I said, when you're doing heroin that long, it grabs you. And if you don't walk away from it completely, and even cocaine, and anyone around it, you're not going to beat it. You have to years, right? Because that, I tell you, kicking them kind of drugs is the first year, 6 months to a year. The urge, the drug is working its way out of you. So eventually, the urge leaves. The fiend inside of you leaves, and you don't need to do it every single morning when you wake up or whatever during the day. But you got to have good people around you. If you don't, then you're going to fall right back into the madness. You got to give them time. They got to be clean for a certain amount of time to where you can leave them alone and know, well. But then again, addiction is the devil's toy. So it's very hard. It's a catch-22 either way. Hold on a minute, folks. I got to check my message. Hopefully my computer is working. All right. Let me get back to this real quick. Let's see what Ricky says. They have kept Layne's death a big mystery on purpose, I think. I think so. Right? Record sales. And the whole mysterious thing, Rick. Like I said, they really can't pinpoint the day he died, but everybody made it into, well, he died the same day. Even though Kurt and Layne Staley might have known each other. Hell, they say he lived 10 miles away from them or something like that, 20 miles away in Seattle. Maybe they knew each other. Maybe they didn't know each other and they only knew each other from seeing each other on tour or whatever. Who knows? But, maybe they did. Maybe Layne was good friends with him, whatever. But it's funny how they turned it into, well, he died on the same day as Kurt. Right? This mysterious mysterious thing, right? This whole eerie thing, God dang it. If I didn't open the front door and let another fly in after I just got rid of one. Yeah, hold on, folks. I got to check my messages. All right, I'm back. But yeah, they have kept it a mystery. They have kept a lot of things a mystery. Why? I don't know. I would imagine music business, the whole lore of the mysterious things and everything. And, we all hope and pray that he faked his death and he's sober and clean and walked away from everything. But if he did pass away, God rest his soul. And drug addiction is a pain in the butt. Money, power, people dependent on you. It's a lot of pressure. Uh, we're not gods, we're humans. And our minds will only take so much pressure before it snaps. And people use drugs to escape reality, the pressure. Um, yeah. And so that's my thing. That's my coffee with Johnny word of thought. What if? Well, what if he survived? What if he's still alive today? What if? What if? What ifs we all wish were real? What if he was still alive today? What would he sound like if he was clean and sober, and beat it and came back? What how powerful would his voice have been? What kind of lyrics would we have been getting, if still uh, alive? You know, who knows? For all we know, he faked his death and he's an artist, and nobody knows that. Another Machiavelli, whatever his name was. So, and the lack of photos, evidence, crime scene photos, because it was a crime, it was a death. Well, I wouldn't say it was a crime, but it was a death, right? And usually they document that stuff, right? I mean, it was mysteriously police were called. The police were there. They're the ones that opened up the door and broke in to find Layne on the couch. So the police were involved. So therefore, all this stuff should have been documented, especially that he was a superstar. He was a rock star. Good morning, little Debbie Debs. Elvis is alive in Costa Rica. Debbie, we all hope so, sweetie. We hope your morning's going. Oh, look, she came into chat. And now all they're coming out. How lovely. I can hear them chirping up there now. Eating biscuits. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Oh, is it, you got gravy on it, Miss Deb? The white gravy, sausage gravy. Oh my God, that's great. Oh, he's in Oh, you mean Elvis is eating? I'm sorry, little Debbie. You mean Elvis is in eating biscuits? Oh, I thought you were eating biscuits. Biscuits and gravy. So yeah, that's my whole thing. With the Layne Staley thing. Great live last night. Excuse me. Miss ATS News. Folks, if you could check on Dave's Guitar Channel tonight at 8:30 Eastern Central Time. For you guitar players out there, food lovers, music, whatever he talks about. And other than that, we hope all of our missing mods that haven't been in a while are okay. You don't have to be here every single day, but when 6 months go by and no one sees you, hears from you, no videos, people worry, right? So we're just doing our jobs as creators and kindly, friendly, caring people. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Brunswick, who was in my other chat this morning. Uh, even the troll, Psychobabble Wabble, Wabbalama. How are you, Ricky and the family? Oh, Ricky, yes. Hi, Ricky. Hopefully the family's doing good. Ooh, I got a bunch of birds that are coming into the feeder now, Miss Debbie. Maybe I'll do a bird. Ooh, big ones. I wonder if I can make my way over there and turn this camera around so you can see them. Yep, here they all come. God, little Debbie came into the chat and brought all her bird friends. I wonder what the chances is me getting up, walking past the window and turning the camera towards the bird feeder without them flying away. Very interesting. Oh, yep, here they come. There's a bunch of them out there now. I might be able to. Let me see if I can pull this off. Probably not. You know, anything spooks them. They see a glare in the window or something, they get spooked. So Miss ATS News, are you going to be doing a Kurt Cobain part 3, which that's mysterious, right? That's mysterious in itself. But we know because there was autopsy photos and stuff released. Layne's very mysterious. Very mysterious. No photos. Nothing but an autopsy. That's pretty much it. No weather radio going up, but it's Wednesday, so it's just a test, folks. Just a test. But Ricky, you're right. Mysterious. Because there was nothing but an autopsy put out. That was it. So I can see how people are very, very a lot of people tried to help Layne. I agree with you, Ricky. Jerry Cantrell. A lot of people tried to help. Hold on, I gotta shut this radio off. Oh, hold on, I gotta check a message. Hold on a minute. Oh. All right, but yes, let me see what's going on here. YouTube won't let me talk about the case. Every time I do, I get a copyright strike. That's because you're playing music and showing photos of them. That's probably why. That's probably why. Were you of Cobain? If you were playing any music or showing any photos or anything like that, probably the estate or whoever owns copyrights or whatever, they'll strike you. Like I said, I had 400 music cover songs on my channel, and I had to take over half because of copyrights. Because discussing him living, I'm convinced Illuminati doesn't want us talking about the truth. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Luminatus, the Luminis, squirrel. There's a squirrel out there. See him? Squirrel. There he goes. Look at him hopping away. Squirrel. Black squirrel. I don't know, but yeah, very mysterious. And like I said, being that there was no crime scene, well, I keep calling it a crime scene, all this damn crime. I'm getting out of the crime business. Because there was no death photos of the death area, whatever you want to call them. It might have been a crime. We don't know. Right? Did somebody inject them? I mean, and this was, I was going back to, is almost like the John Belushi thing, which actually was a crime scene. Even though he OD'd, it was a crime scene because someone injected him with the drugs. Now, how do we know that Layne wasn't with somebody and they were doing drugs and somebody maybe injected him with too much or whatever? We don't know. I mean, being that the police were there, this should have all been investigated. Was he alone or was he there with somebody? There was a video out saying that his bassist, Mike Starr or whatever, there's a rumor saying he died, but I don't think he died. But he might have died. Who knows? But he was with him the day that he died or the day before. Well, how do we know that's true? How do we know what these people are saying is true? How do we know that Mike Starr wasn't there doing drugs with him and Layne OD'd right in front of him and he panicked, took drugs and split, or took something of Layne's money or whatever and left. There was a video out there saying that Layne's credit card was used after his death. That's very mysterious. Now, we don't know if that's true or not, but there is a video out there stating that a couple days after Layne's death, his card was used. Right? I think a couple days after his death, his vehicle was stolen. Right? His Trans Am was stolen, supposedly. So that's very interesting. Let me see what the Miss Debbie Fox is saying. Gas mileage, good, Ricky. The first thing I look at. Debbie, what's going on? Those are pretty cool, Ricky. I want one a while ago. Oh, a car. Oh, Ricky bought the car. Oh, okay. So a lot of mysterious things going on, a lot of crazy stuff going on, a lot of madness, a lot of chaos. And in that case, or in the death of Layne Staley, love lost. He lost his woman that he was madly in love with. That must have been heartbreaking. But you have to ask yourself, how could you get that bad? What in his life went sour? Where did it go sour? Somewhere in there. Somewhere in there it went bad. How do you have that much money, that much fame? You can have anything in the world, but yet still your world is madness and schizophrenic. Now, some say at the end, Layne was schizophrenic. Didn't want to be around people, thought ghosts were talking to him. He actually thought had his ex girlfriend that passed away, that OD'd, was there the night before his death or whatever, and he was recluse. He stayed locked away and didn't do too much other than play video games and do drugs. Here's another thing. Layne had a studio in that condo. He had recording equipment there to record himself with no one around. I wonder what kind of things that they might have found on tape. I wonder what kind of lyrics or what kind of songs that he might have been working on, lost in this darkness of addiction and loss of love and darkness. Right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That's the thing. Will we ever know? We don't know. Your Hyundai. Debbie's little Hyundai's running. Good, Debbie. Good. Ricky, our daughter, just bought a K5 Hyundai. Yes, it's very sad, Miss ATS News. It is very sad. But like I said, in the back of our mind, we can only hope that he was just fed up with the business and he actually got clean. Now, and here's another very interesting thing. Layne used to go out in disguise. A lot of people don't know that. Layne had a lot of movie stuff at his apartment, a lot of art stuff, uh, and disguises. He would go out and you wouldn't even be able to tell it was Layne Staley. And even in his own mother's words, she thought somebody made a mannequin of Layne. I believe it was her son at first. She thought it was a mannequin. Uh, which that is very interesting, right? Like I said, we would rather Layne be alive and beat his addiction and walk away from the madness, because once you leave the madness, if you go back into the madness, 9 out of 10 times you end up back into the same trip it was before, right? So we all hope that he walked away and he's still alive. Layne, if you hear this, God bless you, and some great music, and I can imagine what you sound like clean and sober without smoking cigarettes or all that crap. Probably one heck of a powerful voice, right? There's only a couple people that had powerful voices like that. Steve Perry from Journey, Elvis Presley, Chris Cornell. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. But what would he have been today if clean and sober, quit smoking cigarettes and everything, and kept training his voice? Probably just one powerhouse, right? Just a powerhouse, moneymaker, earth shaker, note taker, right? Just a powerhouse. Like Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, great control in his voice. Vocal cords were strong. So the what ifs, and the what ifs go on and on and on. I do too. You all have some crazy weather. Well, right now it's cloudy, uh, kind of damp. The birds are out all over the place, just chirping out there. Maybe I'll do a hey Kelt, how you doing? Maybe I'll do an outdoor video, get some birds going. You have a good day, Rick. It's a little bit chilly, damp out. Oh, Kelt or Miss or whatever you are. I don't know. It's a puppy dog. I can't tell if it's male or female. Just people want me to be Johnny Carson and predict what's going on. I don't predict it. But like I said, we're all hoping that you're alive, Layne, out there. And one day you reunite with Jerry Cantrell and you guys write the sympathy of madness or whatever they call. Who knows? But there's another dude that has an excellent voice. Cantrell. If you took Cantrell today, could he have fronted his own band today? Right? Yes. Jerry Cantrell has a great voice, right? His voice and Layne's voice just went together. But on his own, Jerry Cantrell's got a great voice. He could have been. If you took him today, he could be a front man, right? He's got an excellent voice and he's killer on guitar. He could be a front man. Could he have fronted Alice in Chains by himself? Well, today, yes. Back then, no. Needed Layne so he can concentrate on them killer riffs, right? And harmonies and all that. They were a team. I would say Alice in Chains was close to John Bottom to Led Zeppelin. Does that make sense to anybody? Right? Layne Staley was John Bottom's, Led Zeppelin's John Bottom. When John Bottom left, the band was over with. There was nothing anyone could do. It was over. You can't replace John Bottom. And I think they did the right thing. It was a team. If one goes, the team, the machine. It was a machine. If one piston goes down, the whole motor goes. And that was Led Zeppelin. There was no way it could go any further as Led Zeppelin because there was only one Led Zeppelin. And in order to create that machine, you needed John Bottom. He was the piston, the beat behind the machine. Once that went down, there is no motor. There's nothing more. And they did it properly. Of course, they came back, 40 years later, whatever it was, and did a reunion with properly Jason Bottom, John Bottom's son. The only person that could pull off all the parts and all the improvising, right? They did it properly, but after that, it was over with. That's it. Why? Because there is no Led Zeppelin without them four guys. And Layne Staley was that in Alice in Chains. Once that piston went down, there was no more motor. And I think Jerry did the right thing by walking away. It was over with. They all knew it. Jerry even knew it. It took many, many, many years before Jerry went on his own and did his own thing, right? As far as Alice in Chains, many, many years went by before you seen the name Alice in. And will it ever be the original Alice in Chains? Well, to me, no. I'm one of them guys where I listen to a band. These guys are great. It's like a marriage. It's like a divorce. Once it's over with, it's over with. Now, once the original guys that of the creating band captured your interest, your mind, heart, soul, whatever, and they split, well, that's it. It's over with. Of course, we're dealing with that in Kiss, right? But I'm one of them guys that grew up listening to the original Kiss. Peter, Ace, Paul, and Gene, right? After that, there was no Kiss. They broke, it was over with, right? Yeah, I mean, we all deal with that. Let me check my chat. Robert Plant, though, good guy. Good God. Debbie loves her some Robert Plant, don't she? Don't she? I know. I've been working on Big Log. That Robbie guy, that guitar player. How do you come up with that melodic sound? Right? How do you come up with that? I don't know. He made a great call bringing that dude into the band. That was a top selling song. That it was a melodic guitar riff, right? But like I said, what if? And the what ifs are big and the what ifs are long. What if these people survived and they just got tired of the madness touring, people telling them you can't do this, you can't do that. You got to be here, you got to be there, you got to do this, you got to do that. And just walked away. Like I said, they still make money. Enough where they'd never have to work a day in their lives. And if they went ahead and properly used their money and didn't spend it foolishly, sure, they can have a couple beautiful homes, cars, and live comfortable the rest of their lives. Never needing anything, right? So that's my take on the Layne Staley thing. Like I said, they made it. A couple of people in my chat said it's very mysterious and everything. Well, they made it that way, right? Not releasing any photos. Very hush hush about Layne's passing, meaning no photos, no death scene photos or anything, or body photos or anything. The videos that people put out, they thought it was a mannequin. There's no way, they made it mysterious. The whole Kurt Cobain thing. He died on the same day as Kurt Cobain did 5 years later. The whole thing made it into it. And really, if he did die, it was a very sad, sad ending. Very sad, painful ending. I wish that on no man, especially Layne Staley. Right? A lot of people don't realize it. But a very sad day, especially if for some reason he did die alone, heartbroken from love loss, angry at himself, at the world, because he was so indulged in the drugs he couldn't get away from it. With all his money, and there had to be a point in Layne's life where he realized he's going to die. He cannot beat it. He's got all the money in the world. He never needs nothing. He's got it to him, delivered to his apartment, delivered. He didn't have to do nothing. And with all the money, all the fame, everything, he must have realized somewhere in there he can't beat it. And he's going to die soon. And that must have been horrible. Could they have fixed him? Oh, they could. He was in really bad shape, folks. They're saying he weighed 89 pounds and he was 6 foot tall. He probably looked worse than a Holocaust victim, being he was 6 foot tall, they said, and only weighed 89 pounds. It must have been horrible. But was that after the 2 weeks or 3 weeks of not being found and decomp setting in, and his body is actually eating itself and shrinking? Right? So what did he really weigh when he passed away? Right? You have to remember, they're saying he was dead for a week, 2 weeks, right? Maybe longer, maybe 3 weeks. So we really don't know. But from the photos I seen of him, his last days, missing teeth and stuff like that. I've been there, Layne. I've lost mine. Accidents and soda pop and everything like that. I can imagine what he was going through. He didn't look the sex symbol as he did. That's very, very stressful on a man. Losing his teeth. But what stayed with Layne the whole time, I don't care what people said he looked like crap, his teeth were missing, but what stayed with Layne the whole time was his voice. Even at the end, the last days when he did that recording of the cover song of Pink Floyd, his voice was still there. Of course, he was slurring a lot, as I do or whatever. But his voice was still there. So it's very sad. I agree with a lot of people. It was horrifying. Just horrifying. It would have been a horrifying death. It would have been horrifying to see something like that. But I've seen people like that right in front of my own face. With cancer, drugs, whatever it may be, dwindle away, and it's heartbreaking. We're all hearts sink when it comes to something like that, a family member or somebody. But life goes on. Let's see what little Debbie Fox says. Led Zeppelin was about the music, the band outdid the lyrics. Yeah, it was a machine, Miss Debbie Fox. And you know what? They were a family. And you can tell they were a family. Led Zeppelin was a family because once one of the family members went down, it was over with. There'll never be another Led Zeppelin like that. I mean, of course, they'll get together and use the name, and even they had said it was over with, and it was rightfully so. It was a family. It was a love affair. It was incredible. Squirrel. Kelt, we hope you're having a great day. You're back. Thank you for stopping in today. But you're right, Miss Debbie. It was a machine. It was like Lynyrd Skynyrd. It was a machine. The original Lynyrd Skynyrd, or a couple years after Lynyrd Skynyrd or whatever. The main guys that were in there, right? It was a machine. If one went down, it'll never be the same. Well, it'll sound the same, but that feeling, that aura, squirrel, black squirrel, that aura of that band at that time is gone. Once you lose one of the main guys of that, when Stevie Gaines, Ronnie Van Zant, and them guys, Ed King and all them, Gary Rosenthal, it still got Ricky. We got Ricky still. We got Ricky was one of the original drummers, I believe, or something. But then came back as a guitar player or whatever. We got Ricky. Artemis is still around, but I'm one of them dudes where I'm just funny when it comes to bands. I like the original band that came out. There'll be other bands, versions of these bands, but there's nothing. It's like a love affair, right? It's over. It's over. I'll still listen to the stuff you created, but there'll only be one Alice in Chains and one Layne Staley. A lot of people think differently, and that's fine. That's their right. Let's see what Miss ATS News says. I love Kurt's rendition of Man Who Sold the World. It brings tears to my eyes when listening to it. Yeah. Great rendition of it. Let's see what Miss Debbie Fox says. Drugs and alcohol have taken some really good artists. Yes. And cancer. I am thinking artists tend to be tortured souls, and drugs just meet their environment, and they become addicts too. Yeah. Yeah. Some chase the pain. Some do it because they think it's going to open their mind more. It does. But then after so long, it don't open your mind no more. You become a drug fiend. And the next thing you know, all you want to do is drugs. And now you don't have an imagination because the drugs have taken over. You don't have the artist's imagination anymore to create lyrics, movie, whatever it may be, art, painting. You know, yeah, that's very true. But it is very, like I said, what ifs. There's a lot of what ifs in the world, um, and a lot of stuff that draws me back to the Layne Staley. A lot of these videos, his own mother saying she thought it was a mannequin because Layne had stuff around there like that to create mannequins or people. You know, she thought someone or he made a mannequin, and it really wasn't Layne. I mean, that was very interesting. You know, what do you? Oh, wow! And that was her words, folks, not mine. That's what she said when they broke the door, and then she went in and seen Layne there for the first time. Uh, and that was very shocking. That must have been heartfelt. My heart goes out to Mrs. Staley. If that's what she had to see, it was just that had to be horrifying for the mother, especially in that condition. Just horrifying for a mother. Now that concludes this case. Well, not case, but talk of what if Layne survived. What if he cleaned his act up and just walked away? What if secretly we're hearing music and it's Layne, right? Sober and clean. I don't know. What ifs? Well, only God knows, right? Yeah, I know that. Somebody just did a video and it's called Rotting Away, Layne Staley. No, a lot of people are, oh my God, how can you say that in the video, the title of the video? But it's true. If it's true what they said, and he was there for a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, a week, 3 weeks, who knows? Uh, yeah, it must have been horrifying. Yeah, Miss ATS News. Somebody just put out a new video long ago called Rotting Away, Layne Staley. And he was, though. I mean, the title, being that they say Layne was decomposed, uh, but a lot of people are saying, oh, that's pretty dramatic. How can you put that in a title? Well, that was the truth, folks. I watched a video last night on Layne, and one lady was saying that he had gangrene in his arm. Uh, and he was about to lose his whole arm from injecting. His hands were all swollen and stuff from injecting drugs into him. So, we don't know if that's true. Some people say, no, that was a lie, and he was perfectly fine or whatever. He just passed away on the couch. But I don't know. We don't know what kind of condition he was in because Layne was very recluse. No one's seen him for a long time, years. So nobody really knows. But we do know this much. Layne was somebody that used disguises and aliases. He bought his condo under John Longensteimer. that beautiful condo that he had was like a mansion. He bought that under an alias. Why do these guys always use? No, I don't know. As their aliases, I don't know. Chester Barrington. Debbie says Chester Barrington's death made me cry so hard, so sad, so sad. Yeah, he was another one. Schizophrenic. I said that. I think they said behind closed doors he was something totally different. I mean, are we dealing with demonic beings that are addicting us to drugs, or are they lost souls that have passed horrifying, painful deaths, or or loneliness, heartbroken deaths, and possessing other people? I seen one video of that Chester Barrington guy, and in 1 minute he was laughing and joking, the next minute he was crying in tears, next minute he was laughing and joking, and that brought me back to the video of Layne when he was in when we was in the music studio, where he's playing a character. 1 minute he's laughing and joking, the next minute he starts crying and he's scared like a little kid, and then the next second he's back to laughing and a funny face, and then he's back to crying and a little child look like he's scared or something. And that was very freaky to me, right? Watching that Chester Pennington dude did the same thing. Yeah, well, weren't they saying his dad was in politics or something, Miss Debbie? Let's see what Kelt's saying. A lot of people who find bodies first thought they are mannequins. Suicide is selfish, but I know the moment the person thinks that they have no choice and people will be better off without them. Yes, a lot of suicides are like that. And it's very tough with men, because us men, we hide things. We could be down in the dumps. And I've done that. I've been so down, so messed up in my head, so in pain because of my disability or my accidents that I had in life or whatever. And my disability just a wreck, and just burst out in tears for no reason. Just heartbroken. The world, family member, or not being able to see kids, a lost one, family or whatever. You hold it in, and then you just snap. You just snap. You lose everything. You snap. You lose the house. You lose everything. Cars, everything. You just break down and finally admit the world sucks. Something's got to change. Thank God I did. I mean, I still have bad days, right? Still have horrible days. Uh, Minds going 2,000 miles an hour. Uh, and the what ifs, and the what ifs are a mile long and an ocean deep. But this is what I was dealt with. These are the cards I'm dealt with. Thank God I'm alive, right? I can say that much. All glory goes to God. But being in Layne's predicament, and so many more of these artists, people always turn to, how could this happen? He had everything he wanted. He was famous, had friends, had everything. There's just some things money and things can't fix. Some have mental problems and you can't fix it, folks. No matter what you do, it is what it is. All you can do is observe them, check on them, and make sure they're having a good day. Right? That's all you pretty much can do. Let me see what Miss ATS News said. My bro is formerly Marine, National Guard. He thinks he's supposed to be strong, but he struggles so bad. Depression since my dad passed. Oh yeah, yeah, I believe it. Marines are under very, very stressful situation. I think there should be a break within there. I think, I want to change the world just like the rest of you folks. I want to take human life and human mind and out of the equation of war. A lot of people are very upset at me, but a lot of people think I'm a genius. I don't know. I'm just a man with a disability. But it's stressful for the mind, the heart, the soul uh, to be a Marine, to be famous, to be anything, just to be normal is very stressful. As you can see, I've lost my mind a long time ago on this channel. Being attacked all the time, people saying bad things to you, eventually it'll work on you and you break. Eventually, the drugs succumbed Layne Staley, where he didn't do it to get high anymore. Layne Staley had to do heroin and cocaine because he did it for so long and did so much. Now you folks think you got an addiction, $200, $300, $400 a day in heroin. These guys, Kurt Cobain, Layne Staley, and them, these guys had tons of money. These guys had addictions that would blow your mind. The average person would have done the equivalent of what these guys were injecting into their bodies and died instantly. It took many years for these guys to build up their immunity, their drug resistance to the heroin, where they were pumping tons of it just to get to feel like they did the first time they injected it. So very depressed, and even Layne said that in a video. He did heroin not because anymore it was fun or he got high. He did it because he would die without it. He did it for so long. His body, it was a living, breathing thing within him. He could not stop. The only way Layne could have been stopped is if he went into rehab and they would have pumped other drugs into his body to to bring his body back, his PhD, his body's fluids and everything back to normal. And he would have had to done that for a while, long time, to get him off of the drug and get him the drug out of his system. It would have took a long time, and they would have been, could he have been saved if he would have went into rehab and had the right doctors around him. If he needed a liver, he could have been put on a liver transplant list. Clean his liver. They could have tried to get the heroin out of his system. That's the main thing, is getting the heroin and the cocaine out of the bloodstream, out of the body's organs. And that's very painful. There's a chance he could have. We would have rather tried to help that way and had him die knowing that he tried his best. And people tried their best to save him. But being he was an adult, and back then, there was nothing anybody really could do. You would have had to go to court and had him put into a hospital. That they would have had to go on in front of a court, and they would have had to prove that Layne Staley is infunctional and is incapable of handling life, and his life is in danger, and they would have had to put him into a hospital. And then they would have been able to begin work. Sometimes when my meds weren't helping, I'd become despondent. Yeah, Yeah, I got like that too, Kelp. ATS News, thank goodness he's reaching out. Hope whoever is prescribing those meds explain how complicated finding the right meds to balance. Oh, yeah, they had me on a couple too. Yeah, they had me on a couple. And you know what? Some of them meds will do some more damage. They work at first, but after long times, you gotta come off of them for a while. Debbie Fox says ATS News, just keep him up, family. Anyone to ask him daily how is check on him from. Yep, Debbie. Just you don't want to get too crazy and drive him crazy, but you want to check on him once in a while. Sure. Hold on, folks. I gotta go relieve myself. Me too, Colt. Mine was an A. Debbie Fox, we talk all day, every day. Good, good, Miss ATS News. It's very stressful on the families of military people, and it's very stressful on soldiers. And like I said, we would like to take the equation of this heaviness on our shoulders and hearts, and of 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 life, taking life or whatever. Really, we shouldn't be at war with anybody. We should always make peace, right? What would Jesus do? Well, Jesus would make peace. He would make us see the way. We're better off at peace than at war. Amen to that. Last summer, he fell into a bonfire drunk. I thought that would wake him up. It didn't. Oh, God. Horrible. Count says, but I don't have a higher power, so doing the steps didn't work out. But I luckily fell into a good group of followers, alcoholics. They had more time. You know what, Kel, after drinking and doing things, I don't miss it one bit. Some people are different, though. But after I quit all that crap, uh, I didn't miss it one bit. Not one dang bit. To kill the pain from my concussion that I had, right? That was my main thing. It was like a lot of these people talk. They didn't do it no more to get drunk. They mainly did it to kill the pain, right? To kill the pain. It was an addiction. It was an addiction for so long. It was cool. It was fun. It felt great for so long, but after doing it for years, and now it's become not fun. It's not right. It's not for partying to feel good. Uh, you know, release stress. Your body depends on it, and without it, it will actually die. And yeah, it's just I agree 100%. And we all been there. And I mean, I can think. I want to thank God myself for I mean, I went through the vomiting, waking up all crazy and sweating all over the place and everything. Waking up in the morning and your head just thumping. Alcohol poisoning, right? And we drink through it. We don't even know, right? We don't even know what it is. You just feel horrible. Your head, so you're vomiting all over you think it's just hair of the dog. No, it's called alcohol poisoning or whatever drug you're doing. Uh, your body's being poisoned. It's yeah, it's just horrible. Now, thank God I'm alive though. Thank God. So this concludes the video. Yes, Debbie's a strong lady. She's giving it all up. Let's all give her a hand. What a great lady. She gave it all up. Let's give a hand to Miss ATS's News' brother who's out there serving our great country. Tell him thank you, Miss ATS News, for me. Let's give a great hand to the Kelp. And anyone else that stopped in today. And we're all just normal people. We all got problems. Right? We all got problems somewhere within the family, within ourselves, within friends, within love, within everything. We all have problems, right? Pills and everything. Oh, yeah, I used to do the devil's powder formed in a hard pill, Vicodin, whatever I can get my hand on, kill the pain. Like I said, it's fun for uh, the first 6 months or whatever, right? It's just a recreational thing, we all thought. But then some of us used it just to kill the pain, right? Because you couldn't function. The pain was, I don't know, you know, how did we first start? Aspirin and painkillers. Handful of aspirin and painkillers to try and kill the pain. Broken bones, concussions, head busted wide open, whatever it may be. That's how the addiction happens. Then what is it? Then what happens? Well, you go to the alcohol, right? Then the alcohol opens the door to other things, right? Cocaine, heroin, to numb the pain, the heroin to knock you out, to keep you from the pain. All along your head is just going thump, 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 thump. Your heart's pumping out your chest. You can barely breathe because the heroin kicks in and you nod out or whatever. Yeah, just to kill the pain. And it only lasts for so long, folks. And then you wake up and the pain's gone for a while, but then the pain comes back. We all been there. All right, let me see what's going on in the chat before I end this video. My voice is all crazy today. Either I got someone trespassing on me or the weather's playing tricks on my voice. Maybe I'm smoking too much. You know, I quit for 2 days. I got to quit again, Lord. At least cut way down. A cigarette a day. I could tell you one thing. I was lightheaded. Not having a cigarette for 2 days. And then having one. That was unreal. Johnny, I'm glad you quit substances. Well, I've done the best I can. I mean, sometimes I do have one of them brownies that they sell at the store. That's one of them wacky tobacco brownies or whatever. I don't know if it is. I don't know. All I know is I buy them there sometimes. They're freshly made at the gas station. And that's about it. Who knows what's in it? Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. Scientists don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I just eat them. Chocolate, dark chocolate. I don't know what it is, but they say it's good for the prostate. Don't ask me where my prostate's been. I haven't seen it in 30 years. I have no idea. No, I'm all clean. I don't even drink. Although I'm thinking, I've been watching YouTube and everything. The doctors are saying that wine supposedly is good for you. A glass of wine a day. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm surviving just like you folks. One day at a time. Weed doesn't count. I don't know what it is. They call it the magic brownie of all brownies. I'm not sure. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea what's in it. Debbie Fox, yes, Johnny is a survivor who has also hit rock bottom. It's hard to get back up. Nah, I'm fine. I've been back up for a while. It's just I'm fine with my life. It's other people that are mad about my life. Right? I just go on. I'm I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive. That's all I can say. Weed is a seed bearing plant. I have no idea, Miss Fox. Kelp Johnny is a survivor. I'm not a survivor. Don't rank me as a survivor. I'm just an idiot with a disability that has uh, experienced what you people are. What you people have gone through. Well, I wouldn't call me a survivor. A survivor is somebody that's been locked up in a prison camp, a war camp, or a PTO, or whatever they call them, prisoner of war or whatever. Them are survivors. People that survive cancer and everything. Them are survivors. People that have been abused, people that have been on drugs, I guess, are. Well, I guess I'm a little bit of a survivor. I'm not sure. Uh, Whatever you folks call. I mean, I'm just normal. I'm just saying that I've experienced some of the things that you folks have experienced in your lives, your depressions, your madness within your lives. I've also experienced madness in my life for many years since a young kid. Life is crazy. Always remember that. I'm trying to live by the Lord. I shall not kill. We're doing our best. We're doing our best, Lord. Thou shall not. We're doing our best. We're poor. We have disabilities. Old. Some have lost their fortunes in stocks and walks and merry-go-rounds. And hold on a minute, folks. Hold on. I got somebody trying to call me. Hold on a minute, folks. Hopefully it phone. Who is it? I have no idea. Probably somebody trying to aggravate. Somebody that wants something from me. Someone trespassing on me. Something. Who knows?
Hello, Johnny.
I have no
I
idea.
just want to let you know, come over late this afternoon.
All right, folks. Somebody that obviously doesn't know that I'm live right now. I need one on phones that says "Do not interrupt." He's live. I don't know. Madness never ends. Johnny can't come to the phone right now. I try. It's a family member. They always bother you when you don't want them to. They always. Who knows what it is? If the world don't drive you nuts, family does. Who knows? Friends do. Whatever. It's just madness. All right. God bless. All glory goes to God. Any missing mods out there, we hope you're okay. We hope you're not being trafficked. We hope you're not being abused. We hope you are alive and doing well. And that's so much. Being that we're in the crime sector too, the music, the whole thing, we worry, right? We don't want our own people getting trafficked or abused or, right? We just worry. It's just normal. There's nothing to it, just being normal, kindly people, that caring people. I don't know. Someone wants you to come over. I don't know. Why do people bother me, man? I just want to lock myself away. I'm going to get a mail order bride. I don't know where. I'm looking in another country or something. I need something other than this madness. Right? We're not sure. We really not sure. I'm not sure. Is anybody sure? Nobody is sure. I need more coffee, probably. I don't know. Somebody putting a spell or something on me. Curse. I don't know what it is. We all deal with trials and tribulations. Now, I want to thank all you folks. Ask Gray about where he ordered his what's going on. He's hanging out with the ladies. Someone wants you to come over, dude. ATS, you have to watch his video. Trip to Delphi. His little wife walks way behind him, carrying all the bags. You men out there quit being slave drivers to your ladies. God. Well, they still live in medieval times. Some of these men, and they make the women walk behind them and all this carrying. This is no, I can't. Who did that? Gray. Oh my God, it's horrible. It's just horrible. But we still watch, don't we? It's horrible, but we'll be there at 8 o'clock, Mr. Gray is, to watch it. It's an addiction. It's like a spell, a curse, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we all are like, we need a break from this. This is really affecting our lives and everything. We'll be there at 8. The abuse, I just can't take them. But it's just all the death and missing people. Oh my God, when's the next live? This is that's how we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for showing up today. I know, Kelt, right? We all know we need help. We all know we need a break. We all know that now we're actually just repeating ourselves with videos. It's like a circle. We just keep going round and round and round and round. And we're like, oh my God, we got to get off of this merry-go-round. But in the back of our heads is like, I'll be there the next live. When is the next live? It's an addiction, the madness, the chaos, the commotion. It is indulged. I'm done with it, right? I was telling little Debbie on a message, I'm done with this, right? I can't go on with you ladies 24/7, nothing but crime, 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 madness, heartbreaking. I'm done with it, right? You ladies should take a break, but they don't. They just keep going. It's like a machine. It's like a whole military of them. They just keep going forward and everything, stomping on us. on her hearts, on her, get out of the way. I got crime to solve. But I love you. Crime. Move. But you once was a beautiful lady when I first met you, but look at you now. I must have 20 billion views and stuff. What have they done to you little ladies? Even little Debbie has become a crime fanatic. Yes, goblin. It's taken over your life. You're breaking our hearts. The ones that love you, ladies, crushing us for views and subs. I must go. The madness continues with the phone. Even little Debbie. Man. Oh my God, stop. Kelt, I heard him say in video he's 4'7". Who's 4'7"? Who is? Miss ATS News, who's 4'7"? I have no idea who she's talking about. No, I'm not 4'7". I'm 5'7", 5'8". I have no idea who they're talking about. She's 4'7". His wife, Gray's wife. Oh, he's 4'7"? He might be. I don't know. What did I do? I don't know. I'm under attack now. What did I do? Maybe they gave me a sickness or something. Maybe somebody's trespassing on me. I think they're using witchery or sorcery or something. Bye, folks. Getting ready for work. Have a great day, sir. Yes, I'm trashing myself. I want to thank all the great ladies that have stopped in. Miss ATS News, Debbie Fox, all the greats. It could be the carbon monoxide folks from the fires down south. Something is attacking me. Whoever called must have deposited the package. We're gonna have to stay off the phones. It might be doing this through airwaves or YouTube or whatever. I don't know. What'd you do, Miss Debbie? I don't know. They find it funny, this stuff they've been doing. Very disturbed people. They're very disturbed people. All right, you folks have a great day. God bless you all, and talk to you all later. Make sure you check out the Levine's channel tonight at 8:30. God bless, and look out. We got somebody coming. There it is. That's the one that's causing it. There she goes. I knew something was going on here. Then there they go. They come on this side from that side, and next thing you know, everyone's being attacked. I think that was apartment 63 or 65. Not sure. Madness going on around here, man. What was that? I don't know. Something was attacking me. It was choking me or something. Somebody over there that has. I think that's what they're doing. They're coming from that other side of the apartment complex, giving us their madness and chaos on this side. Who knows? We got problems in even our little town here. I don't know, Debbie. It might be. I have no idea. I don't know, Miss Debbie. All I know is I was getting attacked by something, couldn't breathe, choking me out. And all of a sudden, this little lady pops up walking through the camera, phone's ringing. Could be. All right. God bless. I don't know what it was. I have no idea who it was. I don't know. Hey, I'm just the camera guy. I have nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm just the camera guy. I don't even know who that was. Somebody walked past. I had no idea who it was. God bless you all. Have a great day. God bless everybody. And all glory goes to God and King of Kings. And amen. And you folks have a great day. And see you later. Make sure you check out ATS News Channel tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Central Time. Which will be, I believe, the Chris Watts case. Not sure. Is it Chris Watts or is it? I don't know. I'm still waiting for Kurt Cobain Part 3, but she can't do that because they keep striking her on it. So who knows? I'm done with the mat. Whatever this demon is, whatever this curse is, whatever this sickness is that they're given, we don't want it. Bind it, Lord, in Jesus' name, with the chains dipped in Jesus' blood, and set it aside. No, I'm not going live tonight. Tomorrow night, Watts, Alex Erickson is joining. Oh, Miss Alex Erickson, crime lady. Well, I'll be doing my job and modding. Tonight I got a mod over at Levine's, and I don't know if someone else go live or not. I'm not sure. I don't know. I need a break myself. Now, you ladies have a great night. Be safe. God bless. And I'll talk to you all later. And we will be doing more videos discussing Layne Staley and the situations and maybe other artists. Have a great night or day.